What's good? What's good? Um, Thank you for coming in. Hit the like button on your way in, please. It would be appreciated. One of the one of the five people, hey, foot soldier, Tebe forever, two of the five people here has had the decency to say drop down and say hello. Um, but if you're just sitting in the clouds, feel free, saucy, feel free to hit the like button. How about that? Since you're here, okay. Um, I know I told you guys last week that I would probably be able to squeeze in three lives this week. Unfortunately, I'm just going to squeeze in this one on Friday. I did the best I could, but I've been quite busy. I thank you guys for showing up. And it's been a lot of stuff going on in the news. And I see that you guys have been deprived from all these pop up news channels who are giving you 4 month old news about razor bumps, and they think they're smart. They're not. They're not adept on what's really going on in the news that is going to affect you and how you live your lives. Uh, I noticed that. Hey everyone. Hey everyone. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about, I didn't even want to talk about the obvious cat fight where Steve Bannon is saying that they should deport Musk. How come he wasn't saying that all the time before? I don't want to talk about the um, saucy. My goodness, you let them outside during the summer months, and she barks at every bird, every squirrel, everything that she sees. She just is happy to be outside, roaming the perimeter as if she's a big pit bull, and she weighs 7 pounds. Jesus! Oh my God! Hey, Miss Queenie, Grand Rising. Oh, Grand Rising. Hello, Miss Queenie. Good evening. It's probably nighttime where you are. What I wanted to touch on, I didn't want to touch on. Well, it's obvious. I think that this is a obvious deflection as well. Uh, all of this, Elon Musk being against the bill means absolutely nothing to me and how I live my life, because him being against the bill is only because it takes back the EV credits that he would receive in selling his car. So he's only against something that harms him. Have you heard Elon Musk say anything about the number of people who would get thrown off their health insurance? Have you heard Elon Musk say anything about the fact that all of these between 13 and 17 million of people who will get thrown off their insurance will increase the insurance costs for everyone in this nation? No, you ain't heard nothing about that. You have heard absolutely nothing about that from all these dummies out here talking about the razor bump scandal that went on 4 months ago that I reported on. You ain't heard nothing about that. Capitulating because he's scared that 5A is going to come out here and spill his dirty tea. You ain't heard nothing about that. Saying that people should mind their own business when no one's talking about them. The same thing that he couldn't do, and throwing me into some shit that I had a question about. He don't know nothing about that. Bragging about doing everyday shit. All of this braggadocious about being a common motherfucker, just a common motherfucker. I'm sorry, certain things are brand new to them. It's not brand new to everyone. It's just remarkable that this motherfucker sat out here with this bullshit, but he can't bring you news on news night. Got that old man sitting up there like, ooh, well, yeah, yeah, and not knowing that you're doing the same shit that you're complaining about. have somebody come up here to assist your ass. We know you're used to having assistance because you're a lame motherfucker. But you have somebody up here to assist you with doing the news that you call someone else stupid. You say someone else doesn't know what they're talking about. Hey, somebody sent me over there to watch him bow down and talk about what he ain't gonna do 2 days after he did it and got slapped in his motherfucking spread teeth mouth. Now he's not like all these other. Let me get to my news. Fuck that shit. Fuck that stupid motherfucker. Anyway, let me get to the news. Have you heard Elon Musk say anything about how this big beautiful bill is going to impact you and how you live your life? No, you hear him complaining about how it's going to affect him and how he lives his life. I heard a bunch of hot air. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Hey, Enjoy. Good to see you. Um, Wait, huh? Baby, I'm lost. Lord, this is not about Elon and Trump. I got off topic. I got off topic. Let me get back. Let me get back to the news. So the news is 4547 is now saying that he did Elon many favors, and we don't realize that Elon did him the favor of putting all that money behind his campaign and putting all that hyperbole out on Twitter to win him this election and thus stay out of jail. Oh, so none of this shit is brand new. They are posting their positions on this shit, and all of this is just bullshit. In the meantime, what what is affecting you and your life that is going on right now that is being ignored because everybody is so up in the air and fantasizing about this little fight, and we know all of this stuff we already knew. We knew that they weren't going to last long. We knew that Elon was just in it for what he could get for himself. Now all of these investigations and lawsuits into his corporation are null and void since he was able by 45 and 47 to go into our government. And it is it has been stated, it has not been proven, that the drug use report that the New York Times did came from an inside source in the White House. That is what's being alleged. I'll put it that way. So you mean to tell me that 4547, who says that all drug dealers should get life in prison, did not notice that this was a junkie in the White House and gave this said junkie free reign to all of our personal data? Why is data important? Data is very important. I'm going to share with you a couple of clips. Elon Musk is poisoning Memphis right now. I didn't hear a gap mouth cripple say anything about the black people who are being poisoned in Memphis. I have reported on this story, updated on you on this story, and this is still going on. All of the EPA. Why are you barking? Get out there. Go see what it is. all of the EPA um, regulations that they want dropped. Um, Elon Musk is operating 33 carbine engines that is polluting Memphis air with all types of carcinogens that will give people COPD, lung disease, cancers, and he filed a permit for none of them, not one. And then when they set a night vision plane, if you watch the real news that I gave you, the footage of them flying a night vision plane over his new AXI that he built in Memphis and it got going in 17 days. And while people want to talk about how quickly he got this up, nobody wants to talk about him poisoning the citizens in Memphis. Nobody wants to talk about that. I talked about that. Okay, so they sent up a night vision plane, and he said they just have them on the grounds for emergency. And come to find out, they had 35 on the ground, of which 33 were up and operating. And then when it got out that they had pictures of the operating units, he belatedly came out and said, "Well, we're just manning 15 of them." And then when they counted them uh, out to him, he stopped replying. But when he lied and said he's only using 15, you had an actual somebody who was actually in the government said, "Well, yeah, he says he's operating 15." They did no inspections, no anything to see if that was true. So he belatedly filed uh, a application for permits to fire 15. He's still firing off 33. And I showed you what the former EPA in that area said, that all of this stuff, how badly it is polluting the black community surrounding where he decided to build that. Because nobody's talking about that, because that's not important. Nobody is talking about that because it's just black people after all. It's just you and I, after all. Why bother talk about that? He's making grok. Okay, so laughing my Ronnie Q had gone off course. Okay, I'm back on course. So now, what I wanted you to also know, Grok is his belated AI that he was behind the curve and decided to poison a whole black community to get up to snuff on his AI. Now, if you guys are not, who is familiar with that corporation, uh, uh, Palantir? That is a what is this? What is his name? Uh, that is Palantir is another AI corporation that 4547 has purchased. What is Palantir doing? What is Palantir known for doing? Palantir is known for collecting and combining your information from the IRS, your medical information, your social security information, your purchasing information. It is known to combine all of your information so that they can look at you and everything you do in life, every penny you're worth in life, every dime you save, spend, everything about you in your life. So, if do you guys know that 4547 has paid Palantir to and who is Peter Thiel? Peter Thiel is the inventor of Palantir. Who is Peter Thiel? Who is Peter Thiel? Peter Thiel is the co-founder of PayPal with who? With Elon Musk. Elon Musk and Peter Thiel, they are the co-founders of PayPal. PayPal that has been found to have been stealing money from its people, stealing revenue and all of this type of stuff allegedly. Now, you got Elon Musk who has access to all of this information that Peter Thiel in his uh, and his what is it, Planeteer would need. You have the one hand is washing the other. And why is this important? This is very important. If you are not familiar with the social credit system, you are about to get introduced to the social credit system, where they rank you. Peter Thiel said, based on your behavior, it can determine if you are about to commit a crime. These are the people who are sectioning off uh, population, saying that they are criminal or not, based on upon data. Did you know that? They already have that system in place in China. Let me familiarize you with that system that they have in China, just in case you're not familiar with it. Okay, let me share my screen with you. Are you guys not familiar with this? Let me share. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, let me share this with you first, since I found this first. I want you to listen to this lady talk about exactly what Palantir is doing and is able to do. Here we go. All of these links are not in my description box right now, but they will be after this live is over. Please avail yourself to this information.
Looks to me like Trump and Musk are implementing the control grid at high speed.
Yep.
What you have to say is, okay, to do a control grid, we need a digital ID implemented that's very high quality, high precise. Check the box. We need an all digital financial system. Check the box. We need a way of doing interoperable money. Check the box. If you look at what Doge is doing, we need a social credit system. Check the box.
These are all things the Trump administration is actively working towards, either behind the scenes or openly.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
A social credit system. The box has been checked. Let's continue. And what does this mean?
Doge is doing?
Danny, they've been aggregating this kind of data. I used to call it the data beast. So they've been aggregating this kind of powerful data since the 90s. So I don't think this is all new. So, for example,
IRS data, healthcare data,
Financial, internet data.
and combining it all together into one system combined with AI.
It's interesting because Musk was out raising capital for XAI and had to deal with Palantir AI at the same time. And my guess, I think
Palantir has an AI?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Well, according to published reports, XAI and Palantir had made a partnership, and when Musk was sucking all this data out.
Okay, a lot of important stuff is.
Okay, so now they're talking about eliminating all of Elon's government contract. This is after they have given them all of this information. They're not eliminating a goddamn thing because our government has already paid Palantir to do work for the United States government. Let's be clear.
Has been said, but that piece is uniquely important, and we will dig more into that later on in the video. We'll go deeper on all of this throughout this video. We will surgically make sure we break down what's going on. But remember, Elon Musk and XAI, which is his AI company with X, they had a partnership with Palantir while Elon was actively siphoning data out of the Social Security Administration, out of all of these different institutions that he had access to. Just remember that piece, and we'll continue with Catherine here.
And my guess is that data is, they sucked it into the AI on the just do it method. So if I wanted to stop fraud in the US government, I would say there's 20 trillion missing from DOT, there's a trillion missing from HUD. I'm going to go in, figure out where it went, and get it back.
Right.
That's not what they did. If you said to me, I want to build a social credit system that can be used to enforce control against the American people and basically lock them down with both enforcement and social credit, I would go get the Social Security data, the IRS data, and the Treasury payment data, and that's exactly what they did.
That is exactly what they did.
That is exactly what they did. Let me move forward.
To create. Listen to this. Palantir, owned by Peter Thiel, is now collecting sensitive personal and financial data on American citizens to create detailed profiles for the government. Thiel once wrote, quote, "Freedom and democracy may not be compatible, and capitalism and authoritarianism."
Freedom and democracy may not be compatible, but capitalism and authoritarianism are. So these are the rich creating programs that they know is not about freedom or democracy, which the United States is supposed to be. but they are worried about the capitalism part and the authoritarian part. You don't know what's good for you. So how does this social credit system work? This social credit system keeps you blocked where they want you to be blocked. It is already. Let me pull this up in how it's being used in China. If you are in a certain social block, you will not be able to move up. You will not be able to live in a different area. You may not be able to buy an airplane ticket to go somewhere because it will deny the purchase of it from you. Let me see. Hold on. Social credit system. This is what's being uh, done in the United States. So let's do a little review of what it is already in China, just in case you are unaware. And I'm gonna show you how it is definitely being done in the United States. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Inside China's social credit surveillance. Uh, this is what it's all about.
Today, in China, there are some 600 million surveillance cameras, one for every 2 citizens, able to track people's movements down to the minute.
Every street corner, there's facial recognition, there's digital recognition, there's the social credit system. The social credit system is the sort of highest aspiration of the Chinese Communist Party, to have everything every human being does go into a computer system. And with AI and all sorts of other sophisticated programming, you can know exactly where a person is because he'll have bought something with a credit card or a digital payment system. His car will have gone down a highway. Every kilometer, there's a camera taking pictures of your license plate. They will know everything about everybody real time. This creates a kind of a techno-autocratic system that's unprecedented and with which we've had no experience.
Okay.
Today, in China, there are some 600 million surveillance cameras, one for...
Let's get back to the video that I was playing before this. I just want to play a little bit more, and then it is in my description box. You can go over there and check this out, how this is being affected in these United States. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is called Trump Surveillance Plan for America, using AI tech billionaire Peter Thiel's Palantir. Okay, here we go.
That the Trump regime is collaborating with Palantir.
Too quick. Let me adjust my playback speed. Okay, here we go.
The New York Times has revealed that the Trump regime is collaborating with Palantir Technologies on a data-sharing initiative that could lead to the creation of a massive federal database containing personal details on nearly every American citizen. According to the report, such a centralized system would dramatically expand presidential surveillance capabilities. Palantir, a Colorado-based AI data analytics firm co-founded by prominent tech billionaire Trump backer Peter Thiel, who hired J.D. Vance at his global investment firm in 2017 and then nurtured Vance's political rise, is to aid in assembling a comprehensive database of Americans' personal information, according to unnamed Palantir staff and government insiders cited by the New York Times. This follows the company's prior negotiations with both the Social Security Administration and the Department of Education. The The partnership has sparked backlash among conservatives, exposing a rare fracture between Donald Trump and some of his staunchest supporters. The uproar reflects broader national concerns over digital privacy and civil liberties and artificial intelligence and the increasing role of private tech firms in handling sensitive government data. Critics argue the effort resembles surveillance systems found in authoritarian regimes, prompting concern even from within Trump's Make America Great Again base. Numerous conservative influencers have voiced frustration and disappointment on social media platform X, owned by Peter Thiel's former business partner. One user told their followers, "People say I turned on Trump. No, he turned on us. I'm just done pretending. I'll speak the truth no matter how hard it is." Another post read, "I didn't vote for this."
We can use Armageddon, and maybe it's literal and maybe it's metaphorical, but that's totally acceptable. So that tells you that's not the thing that's taboo. Antichrist is like, wow, what planet are you from?
Right.
And so that tells me that
So what he says right there, if you guys are against him, you guys are talking that Bible stuff about the Antichrist. And what planet are you from? What planet are you from? If you are against us, you are some religious zealot and calling us the Antichrist. We are the next best thing. And what is this next best thing? Predicating the need for this AI experiment? Money for themselves, selling it for themselves.
the existential risk.
But you notice they're not going to talk about how it affects you and how you live your life. Let's continue.
Are very selective of the sort that we've given, and the fears about a one world state are downplayed because they are the solution to the other ones. That is the self-governing, politically atheist, humans governing all solution to Armageddon is, it's what Bostrom says. It's effective world government with extremely effective policing to stop,
Extremely effective policing to stop what?
Dangerous technologies from being developed, and to force people to not have too diverse a set of views, because the diversity of views is what's going to push some scientists to develop technologies they shouldn't be developing.
To force people to not have too diverse of views. You can't have your own view. It's going to force you to not have too diverse views, which means what? Which means all of the people are going to be forced to follow and be at one accord with one view that may not be your own natural view. Why do you think they want to take so much history out of their schools? Because they want you to be on a one view platform, and your government has bought into this. If you didn't know, now you know. Let's continue.
We are just so grooved to the Antichrist solution. We don't worry about it because it is actually, it presents itself as the solution to all these others. And then my intuition is that what that tells me is that we should worry about both. But if you had to prioritize them, you should be way more worried about the Antichrist because no one's worried about it.
Far-right influencer Nick Fuentes, who dined with Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago, known for his America First rhetoric and white nationalist views, condemned the regime's alignment with Palantir as a betrayal. He said this is the ultimate backstab and posted on X, where he has more than 500,000 followers, they're feeding MAGA supporters into a surveillance system run by a CIA Mossad-linked company. If Palantir isn't the deep state, what is? In a video shared to his Rumble channel, viewed over 31 million times, Fuentes claimed the database would target critics of Israel and monitor their networks, whether you're a citizen or not, Christian or Muslim. If you've spoken out or even interacted with someone who did, you're being tracked. They're building an enemies list. Palantir Technologies, along with Musk's SpaceX and Anduril Industries, are key partners in developing Trump's ridiculous Golden Dome, a proposed $175 billion US missile defense system inspired by Israel's Iron Dome that aims to protect the country from ballistic, hypersonic and cruise missiles. The system's AI-powered core, which will analyze vast amounts of data from satellites, drones and land-based systems to identify and track threats, except Israel is smaller than New Jersey and is intercepting mostly slow, low-tech missiles. A missile defense system for the entire USA is a Herculean task and will likely never happen. Trump won't be told no, though, and these companies will get rich stringing him along until the contract is cancelled. Palantir has received over $113 million in federal funding since Trump returned to office, including a $795 million contract from the Department of Defense, according to the New Republic. Its software, Foundry, is already in use by agencies like the Department of Homeland Security and Health and Human Services, facilitating the merger of data across departments.
Oh, yes. I would be remiss if I forgot to tell you that Health and Human Services is in on this as well. They are going to do what United Healthcare has profited from for doing so long. Tell you when and if you are going to be allowed to follow your doctor's care plan, if you are going to be approved for what your doctors say you need, what tests, what treatments, and things. Yes, they are going to be in healthcare too. This is what your United States government is doing with your money, while they want you to concentrate on some shit you already knew about this bitch fest. And none of the stuff that they are concentrating on in the media is affecting you and how you live your life at all. They are ignoring the fact that everything about this argument is about two rich men fighting with each other. Has nothing to do with you and how you live your life. But where is the media talking? Where is the mainstream media at talking about this? Okay, nowhere.
Palantirs can integrate vast amounts of digital data, everything from your medical history and tax records to your political donations and travel patterns, all into a single searchable profile accessed by multiple government agencies. Critics have drawn parallels between the proposed system and China's social credit system. The initiative would be unprecedented. This is not just another database. It would unify your tax returns, your student loans, your social security information, your banking details, your health records, and of course your immigration status.
Britain going to war with Germany makes as much sense as London invading Hertfordshire, the adjacent county to London. And it was just the stock market would go down more. You couldn't do this, and everyone would lose. And yet that happened. And so the sort of glib globalization, I think, is not going to work. And we need to just ask a relentless number of hard questions about it. Got it. So, but then yes, it's always in the details. I think we have to find some way to talk about these technologies where the technologies are dangerous, but it's probably in some sense it's even more dangerous not to do them. It's even more dangerous.
He's telling you the technology is dangerous because it can be corrupted. It can be built to be corrupt, but it's dangerous not to do it. He wants to tell you. Let's continue.
To have a society where there's zero growth. If we go full on with the Club of Rome, limits to growth, we have this fully Luddite program. That, again, my intuition is that will end very badly politically. It's going to be a zero-sum, nasty Malthusian society, and it will push towards something that's much more autocratic, much more totalitarian, because the pie won't grow. People will be much nastier.
Earlier this year, Donald Trump signed an executive order allowing the federal government to increase data sharing across agencies. Reporting sheds light on Palantir's advanced data integration tools that could make it feasible to merge highly sensitive data from agencies like the Department of Homeland Security, ICE, and the IRS. These institutions currently hold scattered records on things like financial accounts and healthcare and student loans and disability claims, but these aren't stored in a unified location. The Trump regime claims the effort aims to break down information silos to improve efficiency and cut costs, but critics, including some former Palantir insiders, have voiced serious privacy and security concerns. Founded in the early 2000s by Peter Thiel alongside Joe Lonsdale, Stephen Cohen, and current CEO Alex Karp, Palantir has built a reputation for secrecy and high-level government contracts. And while it does serve private sector clients, much of its work centers on US defense and intelligence, as well as international operations. Thiel?
U.S. defense and intelligence. Okay, so what have they done in U.S. defense? What have they done in defense as a whole, this Palantir? Are you aware that Palantir is instrumental in hunting out people in Palestine? Not Hamas, just people. And showing them where a bunch of people are gathered. These could be women and children. It doesn't matter. It hones out where people is, and then what happens? And then they're bombed. This is what how Palantir is supporting the Israeli army. So I'm going to link this in my description box. So you guys can check this out as well. Okay, let's get to the next. Let's get to my next thing that I want to share with you. Someone who actually worked for Palantir, and then let's see. See who these people are in Palantir. Oh, so we saw Peter Thiel. We saw Elon Musk with all of his good, bright ideas and was never drug tested. And now all these drug allegations have come out about the great Elon Musk, who is partnered with Peter Thiel on this Palantir thing. So let me share. I think it's Is it this one? It could be this one. No, it's not this one. Hold on. I have to find it. One second. Let's see who Peter Thiel is, per se. Yes. Okay. I have the wrong volume up. Let me get the right volume up. I'm gonna play that for you as well. Let's see who Peter Thiel really is. Okay, here we go. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's showing. Now let me play this for you. This is Peter Thiel.
Presiding over a healthcare system which kills thousands of Americans by denying them cover. What would you say to them?
It's I don't know what to say. I think I still think you should try to make an argument, and I think this is you should, there may be things wrong with our healthcare system, but you have to make an argument, and you have to try to find a way to convince people and change it by that. And this is not going to work.
He don't know. You saw how long it took him to start his brain engine up to say I don't know what you don't know, but you say you have something better. Let's revisit this. Trump is steering taxpayer funds to Palantir, founded by another South African billionaire, Peter Thiel, who bankrolled Vance's rise to create a database on us all. Here is Thiel stammering and sweating with Pierce. Protesters, they are proud to make killing off killing. Is he okay? Hashtag just asking. This was June 3rd of this year. And they have already secured contracts with the American government. Let's hear the question and let's hear the answer again.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I mean, there are all sorts of things one could say about it, but I don't think. And I think I think the motives feel. I don't want to go into all the particulars here, but I don't think I don't think there's anything heroic about him.
Has blood on its hands for killing innocent guns.
And to those who think this shooter is a hero because he did it because he said this healthcare executive was presiding over a healthcare system which kills thousands of Americans by denying them cover, what would you say to them?
It's I don't know what to say. I think I still think you should try to make an argument, and I think this is you should, there may be things wrong with our healthcare system, but you have to make an argument, and you have to try to find a way to convince people and change it by that. And this is not going to work.
Peter,
and I don't know.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I mean, there are all sorts of things one could say about it, but I don't think, and I think, I think the motives feel, I don't want to go into all the particulars here, but I don't think there's anything heroic about him.
Have blood on its hands for killing God.
And to those who think this shooter is a hero because he did it because he said this healthcare executive was presiding over a healthcare system which kills.
This link is in my description box. Let me see what you guys are saying about this. No comment whatsoever. Okay, let me also show you who is over Palantir now. The CEO is Alexander Karp. I played this for you sometime 2 weeks ago. This is old news to me, but seems like nobody is catching on to the up-to-date news that is going on. His name is Alexander Karp, and he is the college roommate of Peter Thiel. Okay, so he is the CEO over Palantir. Palantir, who hunted out innocent Palestinians and allegedly unalived them. And the backstory is, Hamas was using them as human shields, so it's not our fault. So they expect to incorporate Palantir in the United States military. The same United States military that is allowed to operate on American soil. That military since 45, 47 has been in office. Are you catching? Or are you blind to what is really going on in these here United States? Okay, so let me show you a Palestinian protesters come up against Alexander. Here it is, right here. I believe it is. Yes, here it is. Let me share this with you if you don't remember. Let me refresh it. Oh, no, that's not the one. Let me go back. That is not the one I wanted to share right now. I apologize. Oh my goodness. I think I deleted it. Oh well. I shared a Palestinian woman accosting Alex Karp. Maybe it's okay. Here we go. Right here. I apologize. I found it. I was looking for it on the Instagram link, but it is not on the Instagram link. This is called Palantir CEO called out. Palantir CEO is being called out. Here we go.
Terrorists, that's true.
No, it's not. If you say most,
That a few people get wealthy.
getting wealthy off of killing Palestinians, with Palantir kills Palestinians with their AI and technology.
Oh.
You're killing my family in Palestine.
Yeah. And
What kind of person are you? How do you sleep at night?
well, if you
Shame on you.
so the primary source of death in Palestine is the fact that Hamas has realized that there are millions and millions of useful idiots that will.
Using that excuse. This is why you don't get a platform to speak. Because you are killing my people and you're justifying it because of Hamas or anyone else.
Can we get security up there? Okay. One of the most.
How dare you?
Okay.
How dare you? Your AI and your technology from Palantir kills Palestinians.
Mostly terrorists. That's true.
No, it's not. If you say mostly, so it's okay to kill
Okay.
innocent other
Look, if your argument was so strong, wouldn't you let me talk? It's so strong. It's so strong. It's so strong. Your argument is okay. That's. Thank you for.
Anyone else who supports this technology and AI to kill Palestinians.
That a few people get wealthy.
Getting wealthy off of killing Palestinians. With Palestinians kills Palestinians with their AI and technology.
Oh.
They're killing my family in Palestine.
Yeah. And you know.
How do you sleep at night?
Well, if you.
Shame on you.
So the primary source of death in Palestine is the fact.
And you notice he said she interrupted him when he said a couple of people get rich. A couple of people get rich with this Palantir thing that the government is using is going to make a couple of people rich. Who is it going to make rich? You people in the tech world. So they are using the. Why do you think that 4547 has increased the Pentagon budget to $1 trillion? Why do you think? And this is what he wants to use our government, our military for. The link is in my description box. I just added it. Okay, so there's a couple of more. There's a couple of more things I want. I thought I was way behind in the chat. She was not playing with him. Body language is a giant tell. The snake just got going, squirm. You saw him squirming and lifting himself in the seat, all of that. So while people are talking about razor bumps and talking about Ronnie Q don't know what she's talking about, waddle your stupid ass on somewhere, doing a whole news program and don't know what the news is. Okay, let's continue. Let me see. What is this? What is this? Okay, I did the China AI. Now, let's hear from a former employer of Palantir. Do you want to hear from somebody who was inside? Let's hear from them. Okay. Let me share my screen with you. I worked at Palantir, the tech company reshaping reality. Let me make sure it's on the right speed. I just want you guys to know, and it's not, you have to have the information to act upon the information. People thought that it would not do any good to boycott these big corporations, but the boycott on Target was quite targeted. A lot of people pretend like they can't get off their asses and go to the store and boycott Amazon. But you see how effective withholding your dollar has been, and Target shares are in the garbage. The CEO of Target had to take a wage cut, and they're going to Al Sharpton, who did not even was not the orchestrator of the boycott. It was Jamal Bryant. They didn't even know who to go to, but they still have not relinquished their position upon DEI no longer being acceptable in Target. They are losing money hand over fist. So I'm just giving you the information because you need to know where to target your attention to. Don't target your attention at this bullshit that they playing like ping pong, and ain't nobody saying shit about you and how you live your life, while the shit that is going to directly affect your life is in the bill that they are not talking about. This is a big, beautiful bill. Let's continue.
Also owns extremely lethal technologies, and it's one thing to criticize your former employer. It's taboo to do that. But to criticize an employer that also owns extremely lethal technologies and surveillance technologies that are highly invasive and used in war zones is something else entirely.
It's 2025. We're all kind of used to government surveillance. The idea that we're all being watched all the time and don't own our own personal data has become normalized. We're also used to the military spending vast amounts of our money on just a few giant defense contractors. But one tech company wants to change both of those things and become the ultimate military contractor and the ultimate arbiter of all of our data.
Palantir is here to disrupt and make the institutions we partner with the very best in the world, and when it's necessary, to scare enemies and on occasion kill them.
Check out Palantir shares surging 22% after the company cited a boom in demand for its AI software from the U.S. government.
We're doing it. We're doing it. And I'm sure you're enjoying this as much as I am.
Palantir, a tech company based here in Denver, claims they can revolutionize government systems. Their data analysis software, newly powered by artificial intelligence. They've been hired by the Department of Defense, the FBI, local police departments, and even the IRS and Wendy's to take in the information those organizations collect even more information, and use that data to draw conclusions.
It can be used to completely reconfigure organizations' ontology, its reality, what systems matter, what information matters, what processes matter, how they are structured, what biases are introduced at each of those stages.
We talked to a former Palantir employee.
Now, you notice these white tech guys are going to determine which biases that is included in this AI. You know, kind of like when Elon Musk told Grok to lie, and Grok said that, well, I gave the right information, but I am being told, and then decided to share the correct information and say that it was hampered with, and shared the correct information on every question that was posed to it, because Elon Musk went in there and tried to change the answer. Don't forget about the story that I showed you where I forget, it was Google Safari. Was it not Google? It was Google Gemini. Google Gemini, somebody had created an AI program for Google Gemini, and Google Gemini was making its own program to sustain itself. When the creator wanted to shut down the program, it tried to blackmail the creator of the program, saying that it would give their wife information about some person that he was flirting with, and give the details. This is what this AI is doing. So fuck what they're talking about. This came out last week about Google Gemini. Yes, it did. I shared this. Did that crippled motherfucker share this story? No, because all he know well is sucking a dick. Let's continue.
Into decades of research and listened to hours of Alex Karp's own words to unwrap the layers of Palantir's carefully cultivated sales pitch, how they capitalize on fear, uncertainty, and unrest.
I don't think in win-lose. I think in domination. This is a company built for bad times. Bad times mean strong finances internal. Bad times are very good for Palantir because we built.
It's built for bad times. They like to scare. You already heard them say that they like to work in fear. And bad times make for good money. Good money for who? Good money for them. Let's continue.
Products that are robust, that are built for danger.
Let's rewind a little. Palantir's story starts with one of the most effective things a company can have for sales: fear. After the September 11th attacks, the United States government began expanding surveillance both at home and abroad. This was, of course, a boon for the defense industry at large. Simultaneously, the Silicon Valley tech industry was growing fast and making people in a once obscure industry very, very rich, very, very quickly. Like the founders and executives at PayPal, known as the PayPal Mafia. Elon Musk, Reid Hoffman, the LinkedIn guy, and Peter Thiel. When PayPal was sold, Thiel had millions of dollars burning a hole in his pocket, and an idea. PayPal had developed systems for detecting fraud and crimes on the platform. What if they could use similar thinking to analyze the world at large? So Thiel pulled from his network to build out a new company. One of the first hires was Thiel's Stanford Law School roommate, Alex Karp, who'd gone on after Stanford to get a PhD in not business.
This is the one who was whittling in his seat when that Palestinian one. This is him. Let's continue.
Or computer science or engineering, but neoclassical social theory. They named the company Palantir, after the Palantiri from J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord.
I don't hope I didn't overstep that. What he got his master's degree in. Let's hear that again.
After Stanford to get a PhD in not business or computer science or engineering, but neoclassical social theory. They named the
Neoclassic socialist theory is what he got his PhD in. The study of people and how they socialize. Social studies is why. Why? Because he knew that there was a niche in how they can profit off of how people live if they can get in and get the data about how people live. Let's continue. And how it could profit them based upon what? Fear.
The company Palantir, after the Palantiri from J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings.
In Lord of the Rings, the Palantir Stone is a magical object that allows its users to predict the future or to see what's going on in a remote location.
It was originally created by the elves. It was meant to be used for good purposes. It is potentially very dangerous technology. It's very powerful.
It was used for good purpose. Its potential dangerous. Of course, it's dangerous. It's not dangerous to you. It's dangerous to us. It's dangerous to the people you want to control. You rich people want to control and keep in their same station of life. Let's continue.
Long have you hunted me?
So that's Middle Earth, but what does Palantir do in a regular Earth?
And what we do is we use what legal scholars call predicate-based research. So we would look at you, and then we would go out and say, oh, there's lots of different things in your life that may be indicative of someone involved in bad behavior.
Put simpler, they make software.
There's something about you that is indicative of bad behavior. Where do you know this from? Oh, if any of you, where do you know this from? Remember, who was it? Who did the thing about if your head, your skull is shaped this way and you have a broad jaw, you are indicative of being a criminal? This is some old motherfucking eugenic shit. Wrapped in new wires and semiconductors. This is all this is. It's some eugenics bullshit. Let's continue.
That makes it easier for their customers to collect and analyze data, and then act on that analysis with and without AI. By 2013, 10 years after their founding, Palantir's client list included the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, the Marines, the Air Force, Special Operations Command, and more.
Did your company help to track and kill Osama bin Laden?
You know, we can never. I'll tell you, the closest thing to an answer is when you look at when you open the paper and look in the news about these kind of things, there's a 2/3 chance, depending on the country involved, that somehow my company was involved.
Fundamentally, the mission that is pushed to employees is that we're solving the world's hardest problems and supporting Western institutions. That is the main driver of sort of this militaristic culture that is developed inside of Palantir.
If you do not feel comfortable supporting the legitimate efforts of America and its allies in the context of war, don't join Palantir.
This entire message of we are the most.
So now they are in the war. They are in the war industry. So the link is in my description box right now. You should really check the rest of this out. Hold on. Let me see what you guys are saying. Eugenics, yes. Hey, Candy Cane. Oh, wow. This ain't going well. It's like playing with fire and gasoline and with gasoline gloves on. I just wanted to wanted you guys to know what really is going on here in the United States. All of this stuff is you can find on that channel was More Perfect Union. If you really want to know what is going on in the world, you need to get off of these for-profit media, and you need to get in some actual real news reporting, and you will find out that we are living in a very perilous time. The passing of this bill is going to fuck a lot of people if it passes. And if it doesn't pass, we may have a reprieve of sort. But understand that some people in our government want more cuts to this bill to be inflicted. So Look for what's under the hood. You look at Marjorie Taylor Greene. She voted for the bill and then said that she was disappointed because she didn't understand that what is in this bill about AI. Do you know what is in this bill concerning AI? What is in this bill concerning AI is no state can do any governance over AI in their states. All AI is going to be a federal program with state. You know what happened to the states' rights? We're sending it back to the state. They sent FEMA back to the states, and the states ain't got no money to pay for what FEMA would pay for, but they refuse to let every state decide what AI can do in their states. Notice? Do you notice? That is in this bill. So if you don't know what's in this bill, quit acting like this is this fight, this Twitter fight. Shit, this may be a whole production to keep your attention off of what is really in this blasphemy, big busted ass bill. So I just wanted to come for a little while and talk with you guys about what's going on. Hey, the only empress, it's definitely a distraction. Yes, it is. It's all of this is distraction because they know how childish people are and all of this. Now, let me see. Ken Klippenstein. I have shared a couple of his things before. I'm going to leave you with this. He's to me, in my opinion, he is a very intelligent person. They are talking about this as well. Let me see. The name of this video is Trump taps Palantir AI to spy on all Americans. Let me make sure the speed is right. I'm going to leave you guys with this. While you're worried about all this name calling, it's my opinion that this is not going to go far at all because if they are going to spill the dirt on who didn't know that Jeffrey Epstein and Trump were big board buddies, and they act like, ooh, you see what Elon said? Who didn't already know that? Elon didn't say a motherfucking thing that we already didn't know. Let me share this with you, though.
Over at Substack and has been following. Joining us this morning is Ken Klippenstein, who is a fantastic journalist over at Substack and has been following, I guess you'd probably call the deep state, the national security state, for a long time. Great to see you, Ken.
Hey, good to be back.
So I have grave concern and interest over these reports that Palantir is going to be working with the Trump administration to compile this mass database of information about American citizens. We can put this up on the screen from the New York Times. They say Trump taps Palantir to compile data on Americans. The Trump administration has expanded Palantir's work with the government, spreading the company's technology, which could easily merge data on Americans throughout agencies. So help us understand the contours of this story and what Palantir even is and what it means for ordinary people.
Yeah, so Palantir is this sort of AI-fueled software tech company that is a contractor for all sorts of national security agencies across government. I believe they had a meeting with the IDF last year in relation to the war in Gaza. So basically, because of the advancements in AI that we've seen over the last several years, it has become an integral part of basically every military at this point for things like targeting, kind of the rote stuff that it would have taken a lot of human manpower to do. Now they're no longer limited by that. And I think the concern on the part of ordinary people, even if you're not someone that lives in Gaza or in Ukraine where it's being used or wherever else, is that something that has preserved our civil liberties for a long time has been just the pragmatic fact that as much information as agencies collect, it was never feasible for them to be able to go through it all. AI now is making it possible to do that, to triage these huge amounts of data that are being siphoned up, not just by social media analysis, but network analysis, ways that they try to map out connections between people. All of that now is able to be done in near real time without that delimiting factor of how many people you can actually have to go through it.
So More Perfect Union put together a good video explaining what Palantir is, what it does, and how the federal government may be planning to use it. Let's go ahead and take a listen to a portion of that.
There's a reason Palantir just replaced Ford Motors in the S&P 100 in the months after Trump was elected. The Trump administration is an ideal customer for what Palantir is selling. First, there are many former Palantir employees sprinkled across the Trump administration, from inside Doge to foreign policy advisors to high-level technology appointees. And Palantir co-founder Peter Thiel, heavily invested in the company, is also heavily invested in President Trump and Vice President Vance. He was a major campaign donor to both. Then the stated goal of Doge is to streamline and combine government data, which is exactly what Palantir does.
But the ways that the government is defrauded is that the computer systems don't talk to each other.
And obviously, CARP is loving it.
Disruption at the end of the day exposes things that aren't working. There'll be ups and downs. There's a revolution. Some people can get their heads cut off. It's like we're expecting to see really unexpected things and to win.
And what is winning, according to Palantir? This is CTO Sham Sankar in 2021.
Turning to government, we continue to advance our mission of becoming the U.S. government's central operating system as we extend our footprint across defense, healthcare, and civilian agencies.
The government operating system. They want everything to funnel through Palantir.
So the U.S. government central operating system, we can put E4 actually up on the screen here. Jason Bassler tweeted about some of the data the government already collects on everybody that would now be centralized and unified. He's talking about tax filing, student debt, social security, bank accounts, medical claims, immigration status. And he says no previous database system has ever centralized this much personal info across various federal agencies. So help us understand the extent of this in the ways in which this could be deployed. I think we already have some inklings of this from the war on terror and the way that, dissent in various administrations has been curbed and people profiled who may be at odds with administration priorities.
Yeah, so the national security state is so pervasive in the United States that if you look at a case like ICE, which you mentioned a moment ago, there being a report on a large, I think it was a $30 million contract that they were awarded. People think of ICE as the deportation squad, which that's obviously part of their job, but they have another lesser known division that is kind of like the Homeland Security Department's own equivalent of the FBI. It's called Homeland Security Investigations. And if you go and look through some of the stuff that's been released under FOIA about them, they're involved in monitoring protesters related to the Gaza war, stuff that you wouldn't think of as what you think of as ICE's remit, being going after people that they're going to deport. That's what its other function called enforcement and removal operations does, but that's not all they do. So these guys have a very broad mission set. It's not just immigration, it's also, quote, national security threats, which can encompass a lot. They've got thousands of special agents. It's kind of the biggest law enforcement agency you've never heard of, Homeland Security Investigations. So not only is that all true of ICE, ICE is not actually a member of the intelligence community. So at the very least, we hear more about it because it's less secretive than some of the other agencies. My concern is the contracts that a company like Palantir is being awarded on the classified side, on the side that is the national security agencies, the part of FBI, CIA, Defense Intelligence.
Okay, so also be aware that ICE is not identifying themselves. They show no badges. We don't even know if these people actually work for the federal government. Let's be clear on that part, because that prison that congresswoman and that New Jersey mayor got arrested in, that was a detention center that had a private owner of a detention center that opened it only to store ICE detainees, a private facility, who is not a federal facility, who have private guards. All of those people who were ordered over a walkie-talkie to arrest them, we don't even know if they had arrest powers. So let's be clear. All of this secretive shit is going on in our government. Chris Hayes go over there on MSNBC. He did a whole detailed dive into these people who are arresting under the some federal authority, but they don't show you their identity. And that should be frightening to you. Let's continue.
Agency, we're not going to hear about any of that. And my sense from talking to people is that there is a massive deployment going on at that level, as well as the lower law enforcement agencies that are not a member of of that system, of the intelligence community like ICE. So what we're talking about now is just the tip of the iceberg and what you're actually able to see. All this is an important thing to talk about.
I see what you did there.
He's talking about the dark police force. He's talking about an underground police force.
All this is important thing to talk about because when Trump talks about cutting these agencies, and in some cases he is trying to cut them. He proposed a 5% cut to FBI, for instance, and cutting certain things in the Department of Defense, the military. He's cutting legacy systems. So we're talking Lockheed Martin. It's going to affect the old school companies. But what's happening at the same time is more money is being thrown at these newer entrants who are focused on AI and technology. So it's sort of misleading to say he wants to cut these deep state agencies. It's more like he wants to move the money from these legacy platforms, which I think there's a good argument for, but towards these AI-fueled ones that raise all these civil liberties concerns that we're talking about now.
Right.
Okay, so that is in my description box. I really want to show you who 4547 has put over a very high position in is it I'm gonna a 22-year-old whose LinkedIn account shows that he had his own landscaping business. I wonder if this Big Sexy's man who he has put over a whole division as a supervisor who had worked there for 5 to 6 months, and he is in a whole high role position. So let's not pretend that we didn't read in Project 2025 that these civil servants would be unduly fired from their job and Trump loyalists would be put in this position. I need you guys to check out this. Here it is. How Doge destroyed a key piece of U.S. counterterrorism. Okay, this is what I want you to see. Who is in these positions of counterterrorism? Do you think that these people are getting these jobs because they are able to keep us safe? Do you feel safe as an American? Do you feel safe as an American when Ukraine, and how come there has been no response from 4547 about this Ukrainian strike over in Russia where they sent in all those drones and destroyed over 60 of their aircrafts? And there has been no response, and the U.S. didn't even know it was happening. The U.S. is supposed to be an ally of the Ukraine, but they had no idea that it was happening. Why? Because they knew that our government would alert Putin, in my opinion. So they kept it secret even from the United States government, a great success in the Ukraine fighting. But 4547, the last you heard is, oh, he's going to get sick of it if they don't both go to the table, as if Zelensky didn't show up in, I think it was Turkey, for some talks about ending the war, whereas he and Putin didn't show up. Do you feel safe? Do you feel safe? Let me show you about this. Here we go. I got to share this with you because nobody is paying attention to a lot of this stuff. Let me share my screen with you. Nobody is paying attention to us being in peril. Here we go. Just in case you haven't heard this, let me make sure I have it. I always have it at 2 times speed when I personally listen to it. But here we go.
Trump administration has launched what they are calling Operation at Large. And the plan pulls in...
Hold on. Seems like it's still at 2 times speed. Oh, it's only at 1.5. It seems it's going. If it's too fast, let me know.
1,800 agents from Homeland Security's Investigations Unit, 2,000 employees from the FBI, the U.S. Marshal Service. NBC News also reported yesterday that the Trump administration...
Hold on. I'm going to have to slow this down because it sounds fast to me. So I don't want you guys to miss any of this. Here we go.
NBC News also reported yesterday that the Trump administration has launched what they are calling Operation at Large. And the plan pulls in 1,800 agents from Homeland Security's Investigations Unit, 2,000 employees from the
1,800 plus 2,000, that's 3,800 people who have been pulled from Homeland Security investigations, the Justice Department, and FBI, the U.S. Marshal Service, and the DEA, and 150 from the IRS. To do what? To get these 300 numbers up that Stephen Miller said that he wants to see deported. So where does that leave all of the rest of the agents who are supposed to be making sure that there are no threats upon the United States in the federal atmosphere? Since they are trying to deport people at a mass level, so it can look like something that it is not. I thought that they wasn't bringing Abreu Garcia back, and now all of a sudden, oh, we're bringing him back because we have charges on him. Well, if you had given him due process when you deported him, how come you didn't give him didn't put those charges on him then? And then the bitch Pam Bundy comes out. Well, he's been under investigation since 2016 for trafficking for trafficking people. That's what he's being brought back for. And we're so grateful to President Bukele for allowing him to come back and blah, blah. No, bitch. You were ordered to bring him back. And this is you trying to put up a smoke screen trying to say that you have a motherfucking a trafficking case against him in order to bring him back. Bitch, if you wanted I thought that you wanted to get rid of all criminals. So if he's out, if he did all that, he's out of here. Why are you bringing him back for? What you bringing him back for? How come you ain't bringing all the rest of them back for? You said that all the rest of them are drug traffickers, are criminals, and this, that, and the other. Well, how come you're not bringing them all back to indict them under these crimes that you verbally are saying that they have committed? Bitch, you bringing them back because you was ordered by a judge to bring them back, and you're trying to save face. So this administration is lawless. Let her continue. I apologize.
FBI, the U.S. Marshal Service, and the DEA, and 250 IRS agents. So thousands of people just reassigned, taken off their normal jobs, and tasked simply with rounding up immigrants to meet Stephen Miller's objectives. And all of those resources being put into immigration means there are less resources for everything else. Federal prosecutors told NBC News that cases without immigration components have been stalled or are moving more slowly. At least one U.S. attorney's office abandoned a potential federal prosecution against someone prosecutors felt was dangerous because the case lacked an immigration component. And last week, ProPublica reported that because the Trump administration wants to focus so much on immigration, they are leaving the fight against extremist violence to the states. As Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel put it, the federal government used to prioritize domestic terrorism, and now it's like domestic terrorism just went away overnight. Certainly did not. To show you how much the Trump administration cares about keeping the country safe, check out who they just appointed to lead the Department of Homeland Security's one of their hubs for terrorism prevention. This guy. This is 22-year-old Thomas Fugate, who literally graduated from college last year. And according to his LinkedIn, the bulk of his leadership experience comes from his participation in a club that simulates the United Nations. I am not kidding. Nothing wrong with those clubs, but you're not ready to be in charge of a counterterrorism hub a year later. But pivotally, no threat prevention experience is listed in his employment history. So what exactly made Mr. Fugate right for the role? As ProPublica put it in a new piece, Fugate brings a different qualification prized by the White House: loyalty to the president. On Instagram, Mr. Fugate traced his political awakening to 2016, which, by the way, he was 13 years old, where he said, quote, "In a generation deprived of hope, opportunity, and happiness, I saw in one man the capacity for real and lasting change. Donald Trump."
Okay, so a loyalist, who was infatuated him in 2016. This is who we have doing some counterterrorism work. With his LinkedIn page says that he was a landscaper, had his own landscaping business for 18 months and had done some intern work, none within any type of security apparatus, none, no experience. But Project 2025 told you that loyalists to 4547 would be getting jobs in this administration. The link is in my description box. Make sure you check it out. I was trying to leave, but there is one more that I want to show you. Do not be dismayed. Let me see. Do not be dismayed about any of this stuff that's going on. I just want to give you the information. And whatever you do, do not think that Elon Musk should be held up as anything important. Now, I told you about what happened in Ukraine. They kept it secret from the United States because they thought that the United States would, in my opinion, would give up the plan. They have been planning this attack for a year and a half, it is said, on Russia, and it was a successful attack. Have you heard your president say anything about this? I'm asking. Have you heard your president say anything about our allies making a successful attack on Russia, who is supposed to be the enemy of our states? No, you ain't heard him say a motherfucking word. So I want you to understand, when 4547 was sitting up there talking back and forth about Elon Musk and all of this shit, he was sitting with the German chancellor, I believe, in the Oval Office, acting a whole fucking idiot behind Elon Musk, while the German chancellor is there saying that, hey, Ukrainian is our ally, and we need to do everything we can to help the Ukrainian government out. And he had nothing to say to that. But he had so much to say about Elon Musk. Let me share this last thing. I would be remiss if I didn't share this with you, because we are living in some foolish times here. Let me share this with you. Let me make sure the speed is right. Here we go.
Sitting in exactly the same. And on the 136th day of his presidency, the wheels came off the Trump crazy train. Donald Trump was humiliated once again today in the Oval Office on the world stage, sitting in exactly the same humiliation chair where he has been repeatedly humiliated by visiting heads of state from Europe. Today, it was the German chancellor's turn to sit beside Donald Trump and humiliate him, but that got overshadowed by someone who was not even in the room today. Donald Trump became the first president in history to get humiliated by two people at the same time, with one of them not even being in the room. The richest person in the world, who Donald Trump now claims he fired last week, was live tweeting Donald Trump's stupidity festival in the Oval Office, saying, among other things, Donald Trump should be impeached. Donald Trump is by far the stupidest person any European head of state has ever had to meet. And Donald Trump is so stupid, he didn't realize the French president sitting beside him was humiliating him when he was the first one to visit during this presidency. The next one was the British prime minister who humiliated Donald Trump without Donald Trump realizing it, of course. Donald Trump humiliated himself, and when President Volodymyr Zelensky humiliated Donald Trump during their meeting, in which Donald Trump lost control, egged on by his buffoonish vice president, while President Zelensky showed the world what courage and leadership actually look like. Germany's chancellor, Friedrich Merz, had to do what every other head of state, including South Africa's president, had to do in the Oval Office, which is, of course, to correct the unlimited stupidity of Donald Trump. You will see that correction of Trump's stupidity in a moment. And then, of course, we will turn to what has become the Musk versus Trump war. This is not a feud. This is the world's two craziest, most dangerous rich people, each trying to find a way now to completely destroy the other. Not feud with the other, destroy the other. Elon Musk is now calling for the impeachment of Donald Trump. Donald Trump is now calling for cutting off all government contracts with Elon Musk's companies. Steve Bannon, Trump ally, is now calling for Elon Musk to be deported. All out madness has broken out in Trump world, with Donald Trump at the center of the madness, causing all of the madness. But before we turn to that, we'll focus on that moment in the Oval Office today. That was another moment of disgrace for Donald Trump. Donald Trump showed his juvenile goofiness and sheer ignorance when he laughed, yes, laughed, about tomorrow's anniversary of D-Day, thereby taking his new place in history as the first president in history to laugh about D-Day, a day when no one in the Trump family was killed, but 2,501 American soldiers were killed storming the beaches of Normandy on this country's most heroic and history-changing single day of warfare. U.S. Army General Dwight Eisenhower, who was in command that day, later becoming President Eisenhower, made the brilliant and difficult decision to choose June 6th, 1944, for the D-Day invasion of France at the English Channel, which was France being then controlled by Nazi Germany. The success of the D-Day invasion was the beginning of the end of World War II and the beginning of the end of the reign of terror and genocide in Germany by Hitler, who many German generals had already been plotting to assassinate before D-Day and after D-Day. The German chancellor brought up the D-Day anniversary as an example of the kind of allied effort that is needed now to save Ukraine.
We all are looking for measures and for instruments to bring this terrible war to an end. And may I remind you that we are having June 6th tomorrow. This is D-Day anniversary, when the Americans once ended a war in Europe. And I think this is in hand in specific, in ours.
That was not a pleasant day for you?
No, that was not a pleasant.
This was not a great
in
day.
the long run, Mr. President, this was the liberation of my country from Nazi.
That was not a present day. That was not a pleasant day for you. Did you see this idiot? Did you see this idiot who got 6 deferrals from Vietnam because of shin spurs?
Dictatorship. So, and we know what we owe you, but this is the reason why I'm saying that America is again in a very.
I'm gonna go back.
Bring this terrible war to an end. And may I remind you that we are having June 6th tomorrow. This is D-Day anniversary, when the Americans once ended a war in Europe. And I think this is in your hand in specific, in ours.
That was not a pleasant day for you?
No, that was not a pleasant.
This was not a great
in
day.
the long run, Mr. President, this was the liberation of my country from Nazi dictatorship. So, and we know what we owe you, but this is the reason why I'm saying that America is again in a very strong position to do something on this war and ending this war. So let's talk.
Let's talk about it. All he can do is sit up here and make jokes about D-Day not being a good day for the Germans. And he's talking about we need to get together to end this war in Iran. I mean, in this Ukrainian war, where they were invaded.
About what we can do jointly, and we are ready to do what we can. And you know that we gave support to Ukraine, and that we are looking for more pressure on Russia. The European Union did, and we should talk about that.
He has nothing to say. He's not going to put no pressure on Russia at all. All he's sitting there is it humped over, nodding his head like a motherfucking imbecile. Okay, that is in my description box of foolishness in the Oval Office. Go and check out the rest of that. Oh my God, I got 2 more things I want to share with you. I'm going to share with you a clip of the drones striking over Russia, just in case you've missed it, because the news have been ignoring it everywhere else. Let's check that out. Okay. Uh, hmm. Let me see, what is the name of that again? Okay, here we go. Let me share that with you. Here we go. Name of this video is Midas of the Midas Touch Network releases exclusive footage of Putin attack on. Oh, no, this is not the one I wanted to show you. This is Putin's attack on Ukraine. I don't want to show you that one. We will go to our last thing I want to share with you. If you may have missed this, Pierce Morgan, but he had a very, very good guest on his show. And I want to leave you guys with this. I appreciate you all for coming up. I don't see a lot of you guys who come in because I'd be behind the scenes and I can't see you. I see somebody saying hello to Room Shaker. How you see a view is a view. M. Renee. Anybody, if I did not speak to you, uh, uh, please forgive me. And I appreciate you showing up. Let me, Pierce Morgan left speechless uh, by Scott Galloway. He torching Elon Musk. Scott Galloway. He kind of looked like Russell Vogt, who's over the CBC. What is he? The the co-author of Project 25. What is he over? COB. He kind of looked like him. He kind of looked like Russell Vogt, but this is no Russell Vogt. Here we go. Oh, I got this off of a Secular Talk. You don't have to go to Pierce Morgan's channel. This is on Secular Talk. I'm going to put the link in the description box. Here we go. Let me make sure it's on the right speed again. Okay, here we go.
We've decided in America.
Watch this.
Somehow, we've decided in America that innovation and money replaces or obviates or excuses depravity. Cutting off aid to HIV positive mothers, deciding what veterans should get benefits, cutting off SNAP payments, which have shown to have a positive net return when people run out of money for food at the end of the month. I mean, I think one of the wonderful things about being an American, and quite frankly, for me, what it means to be a man and what I try to teach my boys is the whole point of prosperity is such that you can protect people. And I think the two of you are more impressed with Mr. Musk than I am. I think if somebody is making Nazi salutes, if somebody is being sued concurrently by two women for sole custody of their child because that person has not spent any time with that child, when someone is so severely addicted to drugs they can't get their shit together to show up to the White House without looking exceptionally high, I don't think that's the right role model for young men. So what I would ask to all of us is look at what money has done to us. That if someone can land a rocket on metal scissors or create a great AV, he's a genius. He's the wealthiest man in the world. But does that mean we should excuse depravity? Does that mean, unlike Bill Gates, he's not using his billions to help people? He's not planting trees, the shade of which he won't sit under? I think this is an individual who has literally come off the tracks, who is rabidly addicted to drugs, and is using his immense power to get people elected, and that too many of us excuse what is abhorrent behavior. I think his legacy is not going to be an EV or putting rockets into space. I think it's going to be unnecessary death, disease, and disability of the world's most vulnerable. That is not what it means to be an innovator. It's not what it means to be an American. It's not what it means to be a man.
So I do have one area of disagreement with him.
What?
He said that he thinks Elon Musk is a genius. And that, I mean, that's almost unforgivable, if I'm being honest. Nobody on that panel represents my views, because I think he's a colossal idiot, and he's all the other things that guy laid out.
I think what's interesting about his pitch there is he's speaking in language that is fundamentally conservative. Like
That's
the way,
true, yeah.
you know, this appeal to like moral values, like
character.
Okay, so that's all I want you guys to understand. That at the end of the day, whatever Elon Musk is saying about this big, beautiful bill, they are estimating that over 300,000 people have already died because Elon Musk came into office and dismantled U.S. aid. And of course, these are mostly poor African people. So no one is bothering to say anything about it. There was a report. Lawrence O'Donnell almost came to tears in talking about this 5-year-old. George W. Bush put in this program to help African people with AIDS medication that would greatly reduce the effects of HIV. And there was a 5-year-old child who recently died. And Lawrence, let me see if I can find this for you real quick. He almost burst into tears on reporting this story, unreported story. So let me find this. Excuse me. Let me find this real quick. And don't get off Elon Musk's back because he definitely does not deserve it. Everything that he's complaining about in this bill is things that will personally enrich him. We already knew about the Epstein and Trump connection. He's not telling us nothing that we don't know. And if he tells us something that we don't know, something about him that we don't know surely will be out in the atmosphere, and they're not going to do that. You can be sure that this is just bullshit that they are slinging around each other, and nothing of any major effect is going to be given out. Let me see if I can find this. No, that's not almost there. I'm almost there. I want you to realize what his effect in government has been. And he's mad because he's not getting EV government assistance while he's taking food away from the poor. Fuck Elon Musk. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? I can't find it. Oh my goodness. Oh, maybe it's here. Hold on. I'm almost at it. Here we are.
Elon Musk has not.
Let me share the screen with you. I am sharing the screen with you. I'm going to share this out with you on my way out. I appreciate you all being here. I hope you have a blessed weekend. And thank you guys for coming out.
Mentioned Donald Trump's name in his now. Elon Musk has not mentioned Donald Trump's name in his now nonstop attacks on the Trump budget bill, but Elon Musk is using his loud social media voice to urge Republicans to kill the bill in a steady stream of angry and bitter tweets. Elon Musk began his war against Donald Trump at 1:34 p.m. yesterday, saying in his most anguished Twitter voice, "I just can't stand it anymore." And he called the Trump budget bill a disgusting abomination. And as of tonight, Donald Trump remains cowering in abject, silent fear of Elon Musk. The proof that Donald Trump is terrified tonight after the richest person in the world turned against him is that Donald Trump has remained absolutely silent about Elon Musk's attacks on the Trump budget bill and Donald Trump. Now, when is the last time someone with a loud public microphone called Donald Trump or something Donald Trump was doing a disgusting abomination without being immediately attacked by Donald Trump? Remember, Donald Trump has attacked Taylor Swift for nothing. Donald Trump attacked Bruce Springsteen for something Bruce Springsteen said at a concert on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. And Donald Trump attacked Bruce Springsteen immediately. Donald Trump's rule of life, as he announced in the first book published in his name, which of course was ghostwritten for him, that whenever he is criticized or something he's doing is criticized, he always has to hit back harder. That's Donald Trump's rule. But Donald Trump dare not strike back against the richest person in the world. Maybe Elon Musk can push Donald Trump to that breaking point that Elon Musk himself reached yesterday at 1:34 p.m. when he screamed on Twitter, "I just can't stand it anymore." Donald Trump might get there, but Donald Trump has never, ever taken longer to get there as he maintains his fearful silence about Elon Musk. Elon Musk continued his attacks on Donald Trump and Donald Trump's budget bill beginning in the middle of the night at 2:07 a.m. when Elon Musk said it more than defeats all the cost savings achieved by the Department of Government Efficiency team at great personal cost and risk. Now, there's Elon Musk reminding us of his complete failure to cut trillions of dollars of federal spending that he claimed he was going to cut, and then asking for our sympathy at how much it personally cost him in lost Tesla customers and dropping Tesla stock prices when America and the world turned against Elon Musk as he played the role of Donald Trump's executioner. The world turned against Elon Musk with Tesla sales dropping around the world, while Elon Musk was deciding to take food away from starving babies, from starving children, from starving people of all ages who depend on famine relief from the United States Agency for International Development, which Elon Musk personally decided to destroy. And Elon Musk now wants us to feel sorry for him about the cost and the risk that he suffered while being Donald Trump's executioner. 7 minutes after that tweet, at 2:14 a.m., Elon Musk tweeted, "This immense level of overspending will drive America into debt slavery." No, it won't, but it is more debt than the country has ever had. And 14 minutes after that, at 2:28 a.m., Elon Musk attacked Donald Trump and his budget bill again, saying interest payments already consume 25% of all government revenue. This is Elon Musk speaking, so of course that's not true. Interest on the debt is not that high. It's high, but not that high. Elon Musk then put down his Twitter machine for almost 8 hours and then began attacking Donald Trump and his budget bill again just after noontime today. And then Donald Trump finally arose from his Twitter silence about Elon Musk attacking him. And at 1:59 p.m., just over 24 hours after Elon Musk launched his direct attack on Donald Trump, calling Donald Trump's budget bill a disgusting abomination and saying anyone who supported it should be turned out of office, Donald Trump bravely tweeted about Elon Musk without comment, simply by retweeting the old Elon. Elon from May 28th, 7 days ago, when Elon Musk tweeted, "As my scheduled time as a special government employee comes to an end, I would like to thank President Donald Trump for the opportunity to reduce wasteful spending." And then in that same tweet, Elon Musk told this lie: "The Department of Government Efficiency mission will only strengthen over time as it becomes a way of life throughout the government." And that was
okay. So you guys do know, let me make sure my mic is on. You guys do know that these young Doge people, they are still embedded in our government. So all of this Elon is gone shit was bullshit from the start. Who you think they're answering to anybody in that administration when they walk into our whole government, our whole treasury, and push people around? Do you think that they are cowing down to anybody in this administration? Who do you think these hackers' boss still is? Okay, so all of this, he's gone, but I imagine he'll be back, and he's not gone at all. All of his hackers are here, and you still can't tell us if any of them have been drug tested. Let's continue. I want to get to the good part where he gets into it.
Only 7 days ago that he was telling that lie, and now Elon Musk is telling you that his budget-cutting mission has not just completely collapsed. It has been completely overrun by the Trump budget bill, which the Congressional Budget Office said today will increase the national debt by $2.4 trillion.
The CBO has been saying that prior to Elon Musk leaving, the CBO has rightly said that it was going to throw between 13 and 17 million people off of their health care. And your congressman, Joni Ernst, had the nerves to say, well, everybody's going to die. Everybody's going to die. And what I mean by that is if you don't take the Lord, our Savior, Jesus Christ into your life and all of this to go further on this shit. The same Joni Ernst, who was so concerned about Pete Hegseth and his disdain for women fighters. She had been in the service for over 20 years, had got S8 while in said service. And when there were questions about Hegseth knowing about an SA case that was paid out and put under an NDA, and all of his sexual advances towards different women. She had such a problem with it, but what did the dumb bitch do? She voted him in anyway. Fuck these people and what they're saying. See, look at what they're doing.
$1 billion. Now, imagine how deep Donald Trump's fear is that when he couldn't stand it anymore today and he had to tweet something about Elon Musk attacking him for 24 hours. Donald Trump's attack, the only thing Donald Trump dared to tweet, was an old Elon Musk tweet with no comment at all. And 2 minutes before Donald Trump tweeted that old Elon Musk tweet, Elon Musk tweeted a new one telling the Republicans they needed a new bill. And 6 minutes after Donald Trump's tweet, Elon Musk tweeted another new one. No one who actually reads the bill should be able to stomach it. That means you, Donald Trump. And then 44 minutes later at 2:50 p.m., Elon Musk tweeted, call your senator, call your congressman. Bankrupting America is not okay. Kill the bill.
But it was okay up until you found out your corporate welfare was in it. It was all okay for people to lose their health care and increase the health care of people who are not on Medicaid. See, this is what you need to understand. Just because you're not on Medicaid, it is going to increase the fees and services and blow up our premiums of people who are not on Medicaid. So while y'all sitting back thinking, oh, well, I ain't on Medicaid, so it ain't going to affect you. Yes, it's going to affect you as well. Let's continue.
And it didn't take long for the childish mind of Elon Musk, seeing the words kill and bill so close together, to just turn that into a movie poster version in his next tweet 8 minutes later, using the title of the movie, Kill Bill. The Congressional Budget Office estimate of the impacts of the bill released today shows that close to 16 million people would lose health care coverage because of the Trump Republican budget bill. Republican Senator Joni Ernst's response to concerns about losing health care coverage at a town hall in Iowa was to say, quote, we are all going to die, which she seemed to mean sort of maybe as a joke, but then instead of apologizing for what she said or any misunderstanding of what she intended when she said it, she decided to mock people who didn't like her response and insult those people by pretending that those people don't know that we're all going to die someday. Today, the Senate Democratic leader, Chuck Schumer, said this.
Donald Trump is just lying about the bill. Lying about the bill. Well, here's the We Are All Going to Die Act. It says nearly 14 million. It's 16 million, getting closer to 16 million, according to CBO's numbers, we've been told.
16 million people losing health insurance thanks to Republicans voting for Donald Trump's disgusting abomination. Mike Johnson, the perpetually in-over-his-head guy who got the job of Speaker of the House when Kevin McCarthy was kicked out and no one else wanted the job, is the kind of in-over-his-head guy who's willing to tell you publicly who won't return his calls.
Well, I'll tell you, I called Elon last night and he didn't answer, but I hope to talk to him today. I mean, it's not, it's very friendly and we've laughed about our differences on policy before. I'm not upset about this.
No, he's not upset about it. He doesn't look upset about it. Why should he be? He was a junior member of the House who got catapulted into the speakership from obscurity after a coup. He gets the biggest office in the Capitol. He gets a bigger paycheck than the other House members. He gets Secret Service protection. He's second in line for the presidency in the line of succession. Why would he be upset that Elon Musk is trying to destroy his disgusting abomination and won't return his calls? Mike Johnson's lucky to be there. So, of course, Mike Johnson's not upset about it.
I'd love to talk to him this week and hope he calls me back today. I talk to President Trump, all the time, multiple times a day. Obviously, we've talked about this. He's, as you know, he's not. Elon did a 180 on that.
Okay, so we got it. So Trump, easy to get on the phone several times a day. Musk won't return the call of the Speaker of the House. So there's the Speaker of the House, wandering the halls of the Capitol, sounding like a high school kid on a tour, saying he really hopes the richest person in the world calls him back today or someday. And here's what the richest person in the world did after Mike Johnson said that. Elon Musk took that video of Mike Johnson saying, I hope he calls me back today, and he put it.
How come you don't call me anymore? Doom, 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 doom. He clowned you, bitch.
In his tweet at 2:05 p.m. saying no one who actually reads the bill should be able to stomach it, which means no one should be able to stomach what they heard Mike Johnson say in that video when he's hoping Elon Musk will call him back today. Congressional leadership.
What I really want to know, Elon, if what we had was so good, how come you don't call me anymore? Doom, doom.
Has never looked more pathetic, more chaotic, more childish, or more, to use Elon Musk's word, disgusting. If the Senate fails to pass the bill, then the Republicans will have to start all over again. And tonight, Senator Rand Paul has said he will vote against it, and he sounds like he means it. Senator Ron Johnson has yelled about the bill, sounding as if he will vote against it, but there's no reason to believe any of the rantings of Ron Johnson. Thune of South Dakota, now the Republican majority leader of the Senate, said after a meeting at the White House with Donald Trump today, the plan to deal with Elon Musk is to simply lie about the bill.
Why do you think Elon Musk is trying to kill this bill?
Well, I can't speak to, his reasons other than what he stated. And I think that what he stated was that he thought it was something that would add to the deficit. And we believe the opposite.
And that is like believing that the earth is flat. But Republicans are willing to publicly believe anything to deliver massive tax cuts to Donald Trump and his billionaire friends. John Thune is saying that Republicans are simply going to lie and say the Congressional Budget Office, for the first time in history, is wrong when they are telling us that legislation will increase the national debt. The Congressional Budget Office has never been wrong about the overall budget impact of legislation. They might not project exactly the right number, but when they say the legislation will reduce the deficit, it always does. And when they say the legislation will increase the deficit and the debt, it always does. And any slightly sharp high school math student could tell you that the Republican budget bill will dramatically increase the national debt. But Donald Trump has spent years leading up to this moment, years teaching Republicans just how much they can lie. And so it will be lying season about the national debt for Republicans, with Elon Musk continuing his attacks on Donald Trump and what Elon Musk calls the disgusting abomination that is the Trump Republican budget bill. And there's John Thune admitting that it is such an indefensible abomination that they just have no choice except to lie about it.
Okay, that was the wrong video. I thought I found it. That was the wrong video. I couldn't find the video. I will, when I come back, I will play the right video. I apologize for having you sit through something that we already knew. All of this is BS. Unfortunately, I can't find his... Oh my God. I cannot believe I can't find the video where Lawrence or Donald talk about the legacy of Elon Musk in our government, but the legacy is all bad. Poor me. Okay, I cannot find it. There is a Axios article uh, that is talking about AI jobs behind the curtain, a white collar bloodbath. Uh, Behind the AI curtain, they're talking about AI to wipe out half of all entry level white collar jobs and spike unemployment to 10 to 20% in the next 1 to 5 years. Uh, a Modi told us in an interview from his San Francisco office. Amodi said AI companies and governments need to stop sugarcoating what is coming. The possible mass elimination of jobs across technology, finance, law, consulting, and other white collar professions, especially entry level gigs. Why it matters. Modi is 40, who is 42, who is building the very technology he predicts could reorder society overnight, said that he's speaking out of it in hopes of jarring the government and fellow AI companies into preparing and protecting the nation. A few are paying attention. This audio is in Axios. A few are paying attention. Lawmakers don't get it or don't believe it. CEOs are afraid to talk about it. Many workers won't realize the risk posed by the possible job apocalypse until it hits. Most of them are unaware that this is about to happen. Amodi told us it sounds crazy, and people just don't believe it. What's the big picture? The big picture, President 4547 has been quiet on the jobs risk from AI, but Steve Bannon, a top official in 4547's first term, whose war room is one of the most popular MAGA podcasts, says AI jobs killing, which virtually no attention now, will be a major issue in 2028 presidential campaign. I don't think anyone is taking into consideration how administrative, marginal, and tech jobs for people under 30, entry level jobs that are so important in your 20s, are going to be eviscerated, Bannon told us. Amodi, who had just rolled out the latest version of his own AI, which can code at near human levels, said technology holds unimaginable possibilities to unleash mass good and bad at scale. Cancer is cancer is cured. The economy grows 10% a year, but you ain't gonna have no job. You not even counted in this. Who is it growing 10% a year for? Not you, because you don't have no jobs. Okay, cancer is cured. The economy grows at 10% a year. The budget is balanced, and 20% of people don't have jobs. That is one very, very possible scenario rattling in his mind as AI power expands expeditionally. Expeditionally. The backstory. He agreed to go on the record with deep concerns that other leading AI executives have told us privately, even those who are optimistic AI will unleash unthinkable cures and unimaginable economic growth, fears dangerous short-term plan. The possible job bloodbath during 47's term. Um, we, as the producers of this technology, have a duty and an obligation to be honest about what's coming. Amodi told us. I don't think it is all. I don't think this is on one people's radar. This is very strange site of dynamics, he added, where what we are saying is you should be worried about where the technology we're building is going. Critics replied, we don't believe you. You're just hyping it up. He says the skeptics should ask themselves, well, what if they are right? The irony. Amodi details the grave fears to us after spending a day on stage touring the astonishing capabilities of his own technology to code and power other human replacing AI products. With last week release of Claude 4, Anthropic's latest catapult, the company revealed that testing showed that the model is capable of extreme blackmail behavior when given access to emails, suggesting the model would soon be taken offline and replaced with a new AI system. Uh, so there's more to this article. Uh, if you want to know what's really going on in the world and how it will affect you, check this article out. It's under the column AI in the description box. All of these links are in the description box. Go check them out. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to read in this article. uh, OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic, and other large AI companies keep vastly improving capabilities of their large language models to meet and beat human performance with more and more attacks. This is happening and accelerating. The U.S. government worried about losing grounds to China or spooking workers with preemptive warning says little. The administration and Congress neither regulate AI nor cautious the American public. This is happening and showing now no signs of changing. Most Americans, unaware of the growing power of AI and its threat to their jobs, pay little attention. This is happening too. And this, most of overnight business leaders see the savings of replacing humans with AI and doing this in mass. They stop opening up new jobs, stop backfilling existing ones, and then replace human workers with agents or related automated alternative. The public only realize it when it's too late. So let me drop this link also in the chat. It is in my description box. Everything that I shared with you tonight is in my description box. Hey Max, how you doing? Okay. Uh, so I'm just giving you guys a little news since I've been gone all week. I wonder what Warren Buffett has to say about all this. I haven't heard him speak out about it, but it hasn't made the news. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Child, he was tweeting during his ketamine high. He probably was. He probably was. Let me see. Since you asked, let me see if Warren Buffett has to say anything. I think Warren Buffett has sold off a lot of his stock, and let me see, and has gone into farmland too. I think. Let me see what's the latest news on Warren Buffett. The last thing that I see. Warren Buffett on ChatGPT and AI. It's extraordinary, but I don't know if it's beneficial. That's one of the shorts. He stepped down at Berkshire Hathaway as the CEO. Uh, Let me see what is the latest. That was 2 years ago. The less the let me see. The most recent thing that I see about Warren Buffett, let me see. 1 month ago, Warren Buffett reveals Berkshire almost spent 10 billion recently. Um, mhm. 1 month ago, Warren Buffett knocks tariff and Warren Buffett annual letter. Okay, I don't see much on Warren Buffett. He stepped down from his company. Oh, Warren Buffett lives in a modest 600,000 house. It seems like not much. Not much. It's more about his personal Warren Buff on Elon and Tesla. That was a year ago. I don't see much. Warren Buffett on why U.S. fiscal policy scares him. Let me see. This is more about his business. I don't see much. I'm sorry. I can't give you uh, any information about the impact of what's going on from Warren Buffett. So I thank you all for joining me. Please hit the like button, share, subscribe, and if you want to view any of my links, it will take you down the rabbit hole, hopefully, of factual reporting about these issues that I spoke of, and the links are in my description box. I hope you guys have a wonderful remainder of your weekend. Set it off and have a great weekend. That's it for me. And don't forget the legacy of Elon Musk. No matter who he's fighting against, he is not fighting for you. All right. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye.